I'm going to try to do this as a no edit video. So if I'm talking a little bit slowly, that is why. It's because I don't want to trip over my words and fill this video with outtakes. So that's the little disclaimer before we get going. Hello everybody, hope you're all well. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back today with a favourites video for you. So I'm going to be showing you all of my favourites from throughout the month of January. I'm not very good at getting my days or months or weeks correct, but yeah, this is all from January, apart from I think one or two items are actually from the beginning of February, so that may be cheating. I apologise if that's the case. So they're my January and the start of February favourites. And I got this idea from my friend Kate over at Kate McCabe, that's what we'll call her channel, even though it's her name. And yeah, she did a January favourites video, which I really enjoyed watching, and I picked up a few little tips and tricks from it as well. So hopefully you'll like the things I've got to show you, and some of these you may have seen in some of my previous videos, and some of them I think I've never shown you before, so there is some new stuff in here as well. So before we get going with this, if you're new here, don't forget to click subscribe. I'm posting new videos every single week, and if you enjoy this favourites video, please do give it a little thumbs up. I nearly forgot to say that as well. I was thinking, what am I saying? I was concentrating on what I'm going to show you first, in case you couldn't tell. I was thinking, what order shall I do them in? And then I forgot to do the talking bit. So what shall we go with first? Shall we start off with, I think food's a good thing to do first, isn't it? I've also got a few candles on the go here. It actually smells incredible in here because I lit them all to take some photographs. So I've got, actually, should we go through the candles first, because they're going to get really hot. So let's do those first. Ow! I think I've just singed the hair on my arm. So the nice smell in here has now turned into the smell of singed arm hair, just to give you the picture of the aroma that we're working with. But this one I wanted to show you, you may have seen this from a video that I did in collaboration with Carrington. I'll tell you a bit more about her later, because I'm going to be talking about some YouTube that I've been enjoying. But this was from a thrift store challenge that I did, and this one was the one that I was so pleased to find for £2, because when I got it home and saw that it was by this brand Lalique, I had a little look online, and you shouldn't really smell candles like that. I don't know why I just did that, because A, you might burn your nose, and B, you don't really get the aroma by shoving your face in it. You know, if you're in a candle shop, it has the glass dome over it, and you're meant to smell the dome rather than pick up the candle and sniff it. I originally thought that the domes made of glass were dust protectors, because you know candles get dusty on the wax, but they are in fact to collect the aroma around it, so you pick up the dome and give that a sniff. So I'm sure you know this already, but I just thought I'd share that little tip with you, so you don't look like a wally like I did in the candle shop, picking the dome off and going, and then you don't get any smell from the actual candle itself. So there we are. So yeah, this was £2, and when I had a little Google online, it came up at €65, and it smells really good. It's burning all right, it's kind of halfway up the side, so not the best considering the price, but it does smell very, very nice. I've also got, I think this one's too hot to pick up. This is the Poundland by DIARIES, which is a really nice festive one. Wowee. I've also got this H&M one on the go. Now, I have realised with H&M candles that they do burn down very quickly, but I think this one was a bit of a bargain. It was originally $14.99, and I picked that one up in the sale because it had a chip on it. And this one is Amaryllis scented candle. Doesn't give off, I've done it again, doesn't give off loads of scent, but it's a really nice container, isn't it? So we'll let it off. And then this one came from a PR package actually that was sent to me, and I'll be telling you about one of the items from that package in a little while as well. And this one's from Oliver Bonus, and it is dark amber and cedarwood, and this smells really nice, and I really like the packaging of this one. Yeah, they're not kind of, well, I suppose they are kind of all favourites. I just thought I'd show you them all, but actually I think if I had to choose a favourite of those, it would be the DIARIES one, and then I really do like the Lalique one just because it was such a bargain. And I'll just quickly show you my mug as well, because this is a favourite. This I picked up from a charity shop. You may have seen this in a recent charity shop haul, and this is by Sass & Bell. And some of you told me that you had a look online and you saw that these were going on eBay for I think around £18, which is a lot, isn't it, for a mug? I think that's what you said, and this one was 50p. I'm just going to have a sip of it because I've got a tickle and we're not going to edit, so excuse me. You may want to pop your kettle on as well if you haven't done so already. Pause the video here. And the thing is, I usually cut out the, excuse me, I normally cut out the sipping parts because I don't want to offend you with any slurping noises, so apologies if there was one then. I tried to sip it without slurping too much. What did we say we were doing first? We said food, didn't we? Okay, so a lot of you have been doing, now I need to say this correctly because we're not doing outtakes, hear the beeps. Veganuary is vegan January, and Veganuary is vegetarian January. I think I said it all right. I didn't do that, but I have been reducing the amount of reducing the amount of meat that I've been eating. And as part of that, I've been buying a few bits from Linda McCartney's range. You get these in the freezer in most of the supermarkets. You can pick them up in Lidl, which is where I usually go to, but they're also in my local Sainsbury's as well, so I'm sure you can pick these up from most places. And this says actually suitable for vegans as well, so if you are vegan, these might be of interest to you. And they are vegetarian, yet suitable for vegans, country pies. So there we are, and these are really good. So if you fancy a really warm and hearty winter meal, and you can pop some roasted veggies in the oven along with these, really easy to do, maybe get some gravy on the go, they're really good. They taste just like a nice pie essentially, and the pastry's really tasty. So yeah, I recommend those. I've had them in the freezer and they're just handy when you haven't got anything planned for dinner and you want to make something quick and easy and a bit hearty, me hearties. So yeah, recommend those. And also something that I've been drinking recently, this is kind of drink, kind of food, depending on how you use it, is this Oatly, the original Oatly Oat Drink Barista Edition. And this is 100% cool for vegans, and it says it's Swedish. And if you are looking for a I nearly said a meat. If you are looking for a milk alternative, I really recommend this one. It tastes really good. It's quite nice in tea as well as coffee, because sometimes the alternative drinks are a bit strange in like regular tea, aren't they? But this one's really good, and its ingredients are water and oats, rapeseed oil and some other bits and pieces in there as well. So you may want to have a look at the packet just to check what's in there if you're interested. It also says, yeah, free from lactose, milk protein and soya. So maybe good for any of you that may have allergies, and yeah, I've been really enjoying that. It's really nice in coffee in particular, because coffee is kind of what I usually am drinking, but I've got a herbal tea on the go at the moment. Okay, so talking of coffee, this I've shown so many times, it's going to be no surprise to any of you that have been watching my vlogs regularly, or my videos, or have been having a look at what I'm up to on Instagram. And while we're on the subject of Instagram, if you're not following me there already, please feel free. My Instagram is Mr. Carrington, the word Mr, and I've got an itchy nose. And I've got another one that is my home account, which is, did I finish that sentence? The word Mr. and then Carrington, or did I just say and I've got an itchy nose? I literally was, sorry, I don't know what I did. It's the word Mr. and then Carrington. That's my main account where I post pictures of things like my outfits that I put together, and I got all my stories on there and tell you what I'm up to most days. So it's a great place for us to have a little chat. And also I've now started a home account as well. So if you're interested in home decor, any upcycled or DIY items, or thrifted bits and pieces, maybe some stuff that I've picked up at the charity shop or the car boot sales, then that one is called Mr. Carrington Home. I'll link them down below because I feel like I've said them wrong, but hopefully it's all alright. But the link to both of those will be down below if you want to pop over there and follow me, that would be great. But the item that I was going to show you that you may have seen on both of those is this travel mug. So yeah, I'm sure you've seen it before if you are a regular viewer. It's this one that was a present from Kate, and it says, "Come on, focus, we're trying to do this live, behave yourself." Just put it by my face and then you can see it anyway. It says, "Baby, it's cold outside." I've been using it so much that the plastic design on the front started to scratch off where it's been rubbing up against things in my bag. But the great thing about this one, as I've said before, is the screw lid on it and the fact that it's really lightweight and easy to wash. Sometimes with travel mugs, there's areas that get a bit yucky, isn't there, that you can't quite clean. But this one feels quite hygienic, and yeah, I think it's almost going to be time to trade this one in for something a little bit more spring-like. So I'll be keeping my eyes peeled for a similar one to this with the same size and design, but maybe a slightly more appropriate phrase as the weather warms up. This has actually saved me a lot of money as well, so I do highly recommend that you get one of these if you don't have one already and you like to have a coffee or a hot drink when you're out and about. Because first of all, obviously you can make one at home, so you can fill this up and take it with you, pop it in the car, or just carry it for your day-to-day business, whatever you're up to that day. But also, if you take these into most coffee shops, they will give you a discount on the drink that you are buying. My favourite one to get is the one from Pret. If you go in there and get a filter coffee, they are usually 99p and you can get one for 49p. The other thing that I've noticed, and a little hack for you, is if you go into any of the other stores, like Nero or what's the other one, Starbucks or Costa, if you just ask for a small size, they kind of just fill up the travel cup that you give them. So don't ask for a large and present them your cup, just ask for a small, and I can guarantee that it'll probably fill it up. I mean, I don't know what the size of these are, but yeah, save your pennies and order a small one, and one of these will pretty much be filled up for you. So yeah, that's a little way to save some money, good for the environment, and I've been using it a lot. So thank you very much, Kate, for that. It has been much loved throughout January into February, and I'm sure we'll be back next winter at some point. Right, what have we got? Oh, this is kind of food as well, or kind of drink. So this, it's a bit random, but I wanted to share it with you anyway, because this is a new addition to my bar cart, or fairly recent, and this is Angostura Aromatic Bitters, which is kind of like, I've always thought of this as like a fusty, dusty old drink that you see in pubs and you're not quite sure what to do with it. But I went to a gin cocktail making workshop and I learnt how to make a pink gin, which essentially I think is gin and a few drops of this, and then you add your tonic or whatever, and it makes it a pretty colour. It kind of turns your gin a blush pink, but it also makes your gin taste really nice. So I would recommend this if you've got a plain old bottle of gin, say one, you know, like from Aldi or somewhere, and you just want to give it a little bit more of a flavour and make it taste a lot better, then a few drops of this will do the trick. So I highly recommend trying that, especially if you're on a bit of a budget and you want to make the gin that you've got taste better and you've gone for like a cheaper brand of gin that's maybe not quite as nice. This will really make it taste a hell of a lot better. And it will also go well with tonic water, so you know you can buy the more expensive ones like Fever Tree. A few drops of this in a regular tonic water also makes that tonic water so much better. So even if you've got a more expensive gin, which is really nice, and you're thinking, right, I don't want to go for a really expensive tonic, you might want to try a few drops of this in a cheaper tonic water and see how you get on. These are £10 for a bottle, I think, but they will last you forever. And yeah, I've just been slinging it into everything. There's a few other drinks that you can add these to as well. I think these go in a rum cocktail as well, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think I tried a really good rum drink with some of those in as well, so you can experiment, have a look online, see what other recipes you can make with that. Okay, what have we got next? Shall we do, let's do a clothing item. I haven't got loads of clothes to show you, but I wanted to show you this one just because I think I've been wearing this the most throughout January. And this is a jacket from Topman, and it's this chocolate brown colour. And yeah, the reason this is a favourite for me is because of the warmth without getting really sweaty, because it has been very cold in London, but obviously places like the Underground and shops can be boiling hot. So it's a good one that is kind of warm but doesn't feel too heavy when you're wearing it. And I just really like this colour. It's been really easy to, yeah, to wear, essentially. Wear with different things is what I'm trying to say. So if you want to see how I've styled this, you can have a little look over on my Instagram and you'll see me wearing this with lots of different things. And yeah, I think it's worked really nicely. So I'll be wearing this for a few more weeks, that's for sure. Maybe I'll be putting it away for autumn once the weather warms up, but a firm favourite, and that was £49 in the Topman sale. I've seen lots of other high street brands do this colour as well. I think you know, places like River Island and Boohoo Man and what's the other one, New Look or Burton, all do similar versions of that. So you could have a little shop around if you're interested. Oh, and Next as well, to get that kind of chocolate brown overcoat. Yeah, I think it's a really good piece to have in your wardrobe. Okay, so what have we got to show you next? Let's go for the fragrance. So this one is a new addition. I think this one has only been out for, I want to say, a few weeks. Maybe it'll be a couple of months by the time you're watching this. And this one is Bronze, Wood and Leather. I talked about this in my designer outlet haul, so if you haven't had a look at that, I talk about it in a bit more detail over there. And I'll link this one down below for you, so if you're interested, you can have a little read about the notes and everything. But yeah, it's just really nice, really fresh, but it's got that very, it says intense, cologne intense. Yeah, it is quite strong. But the bronze wood and the leather is really warm and yeah, really, really good. So I highly recommend that. I love Jo Malone fragrances. They are quite pricey, that's the only thing, but if you fancy treating yourself, I highly recommend them, and they do really last as well. So if I put my wrist here, I can cunningly disguise the fact that I feel like I might be about to burp, and we'll just pretend that I'm just sniffing my wrist as part of the fragrance experience. Yeah, are we good? I think we can move on. I think I'm all right. Probably shouldn't have said that. What else have we got to show you? I've got, oh yeah, this was the Benenox that I was saying came as part of the PR package with that candle there. And this is a drink, is it a drink? I don't know what you call it, like a supplement, I suppose, that I've used before. And it's called an Overnight Recharge. It's blackcurrant flavour food supplement. So it's got lots of vitamins in it. And essentially, oh, I didn't know that bit. It says take 15 ml just before bedtime, sorry about the motorbike, and it can be diluted in a small amount of hot water if desired to make a warm drink. I hadn't read that bit, so I might try that because that sounds really good. Yeah, and it's just, I don't know where the bit is, but somewhere it should explain how, yeah, essentially this is good for people with busy and hectic lives if you're feeling a little bit stressed. It just helps you to get a good night's sleep, and it'll give you the vitamins you need overnight to kind of recharge, essentially. So when I've been really busy and hectic, I have found that having a little capful of this before bed has helped me wake up feeling like I've had a really good night's sleep and yeah, feeling refreshed. So I highly recommend that. That was sent to me as part of a PR package, but it is also something that I've bought myself before. So that's my genuine opinion of it. Also, to show you, I've got this bullet journal, which has been a favourite for getting myself organised. So this came from the Tiger sale that I went to. If you want to have a watch of my Tiger sale haul where everything was reduced to £2 in store, I will link that down below for you as well. Some items in the background that came from it are the two ladder shelf hook things, the hanging plant that's just there that's propped up on them, and also I've got another hanging plant here. So those are all reduced. Anything else in here? I think that's it for this room. But I also got this bullet journal. So I'll just try and show you a bit that I've filled out. Can I show you that? Just show you this part. So, can you see, sorry, So here you can see I've got the dates running down here, so it'll say the day and the date. Then I've scheduled in the videos that I've been putting up, and then here I've got a load of codes where I can tick off things as I've done them. And then over here I've got blog and Instagram. I need to fill this out a little bit more, so I actually put this to good use. But essentially, for every single YouTube video, I've got a kind of a column, so I can say what the video is. So I've got my vlog or my haul or whatever that is, and the date that that's going to be going up. And then I can see corresponding over on Instagram and my blog how that works with other content that I'm putting out for you. And then I've got a tick list that says filmed, edited, description box, trailer, thumbnail, scheduled, the bit that I always get wrong, especially when I'm traveling, Instagram and Twitter to promote the video. And then I've also got, yeah, Instagram and blog. And then down at the bottom, I've got some notes section as well. I've created some little boxes where I can write down videos that I'm planning in advance, and I can also make a note of any sort of sponsored content for Instagram or my blog to make sure that I know when that's going to be due. And it seems to be working quite well for me, trying to get myself a little bit organised and just have a sense. It's quite nice to sit down and see the full page of the month and kind of review the mixture of content I'm putting out, so that, you know, I think, oh, I've done too many hauls, you'll be getting bored, so it's time to put a vlog on. Or I might think, oh, it's going to be pancake day, we should do something to do with that or something. I'm trying to plan ahead a little bit more, because I'll be honest with you, sometimes it feels like I'm on a hamster wheel trying to keep up, and I'm shooting the videos right up until like the day before they're due to go up and things like that. So with a little bit of this planning, hopefully I'll be able to get ahead. And then there's some other sections in there where I'm going to start doing some kind of goals and some projects. So maybe I'll do one for like the loft, and just start to make some little notes of ideas of things to get that moving. And yeah, I could put some travel stuff in there. I mean, you've got loads of pages, and the thing with a bullet journal is every one you can design however you want to. So however you want to organise your life, it's really good for. And it's quite therapeutic as well, just to sit down with the ruler and create all the little charts. I find that by doing that, it's kind of going into my head, and I'm getting a sense of how much work I've got on and how much I need to do and all that kind of stuff. So I do recommend having a go, but you do need to kind of put a little bit of time and patience into it as well, I guess. But yeah, it's working for me quite well. I've got another book to show you. This was a Christmas present from my friend Charlie, who has a blog called Modish Mail, and I'll link him down below as well as his Instagram, because his Instagram stories are always hilarious. And this is the Little Book of Houseplants and Other Greenery by Emma Sibley. And it's basically, I've been really finding this useful because it goes through each plant and it tells you in detail about the light, the water, the potting, and things to watch out for as well. So I've just found that really useful as a little reference as I've been looking around at my plants. A couple of them throughout winter have been looking a little bit worse for wear, where the soil hasn't been drying out quite so quickly because obviously there's not the sun and the heat. So some of them have been a little bit waterlogged and that kind of thing, and also not getting so much daylight as well, because we have been keeping these shutters and the curtains closed a little bit more, just to keep the heat in sometimes. So things like that, where I've been like seeing what's wrong with them, this book's been a great little reference. So yeah, I've been really enjoying that. So that was one of my favourite things in January, and I'll be continuing to use that throughout the year, of course. Right, I've got 2 more things to show you. What should we finish on? Finish on something quite random. So next I'm going to show you this favourite. Thank you so much if you were one of the people that commented telling me where this print was from, because it was really bugging me. I felt like I'd seen it somewhere, and yeah, I couldn't find it anywhere online. I was looking everywhere for it, but somebody found it, and it's available on, not on the high street. The camera just cut because I think after 25 minutes it cuts. So I'm not cheating, we're still going as though it is a one-take wonder. I literally just hit record again immediately, because I wanted just to crack on and not lose the flow of this without doing any stop-startiness. So yeah, that's what just happened. But yeah, I'm really pleased with this print. It came from a charity shop. It was £1.99 from trade, and it's fitted really nicely into one of these frames that I picked up at a tabletop sale, and I think these worked out at £1 each. It's originally an IKEA frame, so you'd easily be able to get your hands on that if you like it. And yeah, as I say, the print is available on Not on the High Street. If I can, I will link it down below for you. I think it's £24.99, and I think it's also available through East End Prints. So I'll see which is cheapest and link it down below for you if I can find it there, because I think they might do it for £19.99. Yeah, maybe Not on the High Street mark things up. I'm not quite sure how it works. But yeah, I just really like the colours of it, and I thought it was a cool print, so I've been propping that up on the mantelpiece up there. But yeah, thank you very much if you let me know where that one came from, because it really was bugging me. And before I show you the last physical object, I just thought I'd tell you a little bit about, first of all, the TV that I've been watching, and also the YouTube videos that I've been watching. So in terms of TV, I don't really watch a lot of TV. I'm very busy, and I just don't find I ever have time to sit down and watch television. But something that I have been having a little watch of now and again recently, is quite random, is a programme called Property Ladder that many of you may remember. I think it's gone away now, because the idea of it is people doing up houses to sell on at a profit. It's hosted by Sarah Beanie, so some of you may remember it, but I've been watching the old series of it, so I think they're really old. I watched some from series 4, and I just find them so entertaining, because all the contestants or contributors on it are always doing up a place, and Sarah Beanie gives her advice and tells them, you know, that you should put the bathroom upstairs and not downstairs, and things like that, and they never listen to her advice, and they always butcher the place, generally speaking, and do an absolutely shambolic job. And I just find it so entertaining to watch, and it kind of feeds my need to smash down walls without actually me having to get dirty, because you see them demolishing walls and then wishing they hadn't done because they've lost £20,000 on the value of the property, whereas if they'd have just left it alone, it would have sold. It's always that sort of scenario. The one I watched the other day, oh, sorry about the loud bang outside, that's just the bins. The one I watched the other day had a pair, the lady on it, she had a foot injury, so her toe had bent upwards, so she couldn't wear safety boots. So they were smashing down a fireplace, and when they ripped the fireplace and all the bricks down, she had a bucket on her foot. It's just so funny because she couldn't wear safety boots, and it's just so entertaining. Anyway, that's what I've been watching. So series 4 of that, I think that's the only available series at the moment, is on More 4 on Freeview, if you fancy having a look at some of those, and also looking back at some of the fashions. I think it's from a good few years ago. Yeah, it's quite amusing as well. So that's what I've been watching. Also on YouTube, the videos that I've been really enjoying throughout January are the declutter videos. I know I shot some myself, but I have to say that I was so inspired by so many of my buddies here on YouTube who did brilliant decluttering videos. The ones that I particularly enjoyed was Hermione's, so I will link hers down below. Also, Catherine at Dainty Diaries, she did some fantastic ones. Also Luke at Luke Catlow as well, so I'll link his video down below. He did a brilliant wardrobe declutter. And Freya as well, who has been organising and doing loads of decluttering videos as well, and she's ruthless too. All of them have been ruthless. I feel like I've been quite ruthless too. So if you want a good purge of decluttering videos, a good binge watch, then I will link all of those down below. I don't think purge was the right word for that. I meant binge. Definitely not purge. Okay, so the last thing that I've got to show you is from Poundland. You may have seen this in my recent Poundland haul, and it is this laundry gel non-bio. I was really surprised to see that this was only £1. I thought it would be one of their sneaky £2 items because it does 28 washes, and I thought for a non-bio, they also have bio as well if that's what you like to use, laundry gel that does 28 washes, £1 is an absolute bargain. It says non-allergenic jasmine fragrance, suitable for children, powerful cleaning action, dermatologically tested, and long-lasting freshness. I've given this a go, It's a little bit more watery than other ones. I've actually got my bottle of Fairy here to compare them. As you can see, they're very similar. Smell-wise, and I do love the smell of Fairy, if that's on offer, but for £1, this is all right. It's quite nice. I mean, it does smell, it doesn't smell as nice, but it smells good still. It smells clean, and it did the job. All the clothes came out absolutely fine. And I noticed as well, I was just comparing, I couldn't find all the ingredients to compare for you, but what I did notice is that this one by Fairy is 888ml, whereas this is 1 litre. So even though they look the same, there is less in here, and this one only has, where is it, 24 washes. That has 28. So interesting when packaging is the same size, but there is less in there. So yeah, if you are on a budget, or even if you're not and you want to just save a bit of cash, you may well want to try this one out and see how you get on with it as well. And let me know how you do and what you thought of it. I did ask on Instagram what favourite fabric softeners or conditioners were, and people were very opinionated. People have strong opinions on laundry detergents and fabric softeners and all that kind of stuff. It really made me laugh. So I'm sure you'll all have your opinion on what that one's like and whether you'll be switching to it or whether you've got your trusty ones that you will not be switching from. Do feel free to let me know in the comments down below. So I think we're at the end of the video. I might just have a quick sip of the tea before I just do the last bit, because I feel like I can't talk. Sorry, and I really slurped and gulped loudly, so I hope you can't hear that. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this monthly favourites of all the things I've been enjoying throughout January. Let me know in the comments down below what things you've been really enjoying this month. It can be completely random. Can be food, drink, it can be YouTube videos. I'd love to see who you've been watching, so feel free to let me know who that's been. Any television that I should be having a look at, any drinks I should be trying, fragrances, any food items, any bargains, favourite candle, favourite fashion. Whatever you've been enjoying, do feel free to let me know in the comments down below. I really would love to hear. And also don't forget you can follow me over on Instagram to catch up with me day to day. I'll leave both of those links below. So I hope you're having a really good week, whatever you're up to. I'll be back soon with another video for you. So don't forget to hit subscribe if you're new here, and do give this video a little thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye. My hair gone. What's it doing? Get up. Get up. Thank you, Linda McCartney, for sorting my hair out.